Hi everyone, Soul17 here. Let me get through this like usual. I do not own this picture, not a paid video. Alright, okay. So, you're probably wondering, what is a what if? Yes, it is. What is it about? Well, it's something that I've been thinking about for a while. Like, a very long time. You know, when I said I had a couple ideas, well, this is kind of was one of them, and this is just like, I just start it, and I see what you guys like, and then, you like it, then I'll continue on after I finish one of my what ifs, or two or three, or face a whole lot of them. Alright? I'm not tired, it's just, I have to take care of the fire, and I didn't want to watch one of my what ifs yet, and then go on with the next series because I already had something planned. I already had planned to make Persona Part 4, Deku. Why Deku confused Persona. And I don't have my game system with me, so I can't I can't, have the Personas, what I think would be good for Zuko on, But don't worry, I'm gonna make it tomorrow, probably as soon as I wake up, and then I'll post it, and then I'll make another what if. So, here's the thing though. This picture is just a temporary. Maybe temporary. It will work though, for now. Because, okay, so in this what if, this is technically a frame Izuku with a twist. Here's the thing, we basically are having Izuku being framed, but oh god, it's because, it's by the League of Villains. Well, I'm saying there's one of them more traitor in UA. And, well, here's the thing. Baka was one of them. I'm kind of taking the traitor theories. I don't know. Besides, I think there's one Mineta, but I don't really know. He's not one though. But here's the thing though. Baku is a traitor for not out of jealousy, but because of his mother and father was captured. Kaminari's a traitor for, jealousy. Jiro in this one ship decided. So, anyways. So, let's continue on with this. This is what if Zuko was framed with a twist. And I will say in the next part what is the full title I will say and then the title of the video in the next one. So, here's the thing. So we start off with Izuku waking up one day. This is after, obviously, saving Eri, and before the whole entire, I think winter what happened, because it's after saving Eri, and a few months later, and I don't know, it's before their battle with the, Class 1B. So, yeah, it's basically that day. And, Izuku gets ready and change, and, he's just thinking when he gets downstairs, he's like, where is everybody? I'll just eat some breakfast and I'll head to class. So, by the way, I don't understand this, but here's the thing. What I don't understand is, why do they always have Class 1A beat Izuku up to near death? So, anyways, Izuku basically, after eating, he goes to Class 1A, and, everyone's talking, but as soon as he gets there, everyone's quiet. And he's thinking, I wonder why everyone's so quiet as soon as I walked in. So, he takes a seat, he's said hello to, his friends, Um, Shoto says hello, but everyone else doesn't, which he's confused, but he shrugs. So, after that, Aizawa comes in and everything goes normal until Principal Nezu calls for Izuku. And so he gets up and goes there. Everyone, as soon as he leaves, starts snickering. Besides Bakugo. Because they already showed the evidence to Aizawa and Principal Nezu. And it's not Toga or twice. How can I say this? Well, it actually is someone who... They have like a quirk. An actual edit quirk. That basically can take a photo of somebody, alter it in any way, and there's no trace of it. Oh, if you're wondering, did the League of Villains frame him? No, the Yakuza. Plus All For One. So, they send it to Denki and Bakugo, and they kind of send it to everyone else, and, it spread. So, yeah, they even tried to figure out, they found out it was 100% real, but not, that's what their system's saying. But, they even have, like, the Hotar marks, on his arms, and All Might's mad and upset. He thinks he can take the quirk away, but Izuku already had the was already in the vestige world. So, he really can't. He can't take away the quirk anyways. So, yeah. So, what happens is, though, when Izuku gets to Nezu, there's a whole bunch of whole bunch of heroes there. Izuku's like, huh? As in, all of a sudden, multiple, well, how can I say this? Security system activates and multiple handcuffs handcuffs Izuku and then binding comes on him. Which is going like, wait, what's happening? Why am I being... And then, basically they say, Nezu says, with a look of sadness, and saying, Izuku Midoriya, I found a picture of you that was being spread that you were killing people. And, well... And they're like, huh? And we have looked into it, and we found evidence of you being there. Now, this is where Togo came in. Since, she had a little bit of his blood, they had the DNA, they had the knife, bloodied and everything, and... yeah. And Mizuku's like, wait, what do you mean? I didn't do nothing! And so... Nezu's just not saying anything. All Might says, he basically goes up, plucks a hair out of Zuko and says, I should never give you my quirk. And, he eats it. He eats Izuku's hair. But that's the thing. Right when he did that, Nana Shimura says, don't worry, kid. We're not leaving. And he's like, huh? Who said that? But he says it in his head. And so Nezu asked all the pro heroes to leave and let basically the Hero Commission and, well, police officers are there, that work for the Hero Commission. They leave, they stay, and everyone pro hero leaves, and the Hero Commission looks at Nezu. He says, lock the doors, which basically they do. Two people from the Hero Commission goes over, locks the door, secures it, basically. Which Izuku's confused. So Nezu asks them to lift him up and, put him in the chair, and they do. And he was like, Nezu, sir, what are you doing? He's like, Midoriya, it seems that, well, how can we say this? As the Hero Commission says, the Yakuza, since you took down one of their, families that was going under, even though it was Chisaki, they were part of the family. it's if you're gonna say why the Yakuza not the League of Villains, because I keep on seeing like multiple freaking tech stories with the League of Villains, and it kind of makes sense if he took down overhaul. I mean, they should be saying thanks to Izuku, but it's like the boss in this one, the main boss of the Yakuza is like, oh shit, if this kid becomes a hero, we're fucking screwed. So he paid multiple people, like he paid the editor person and Toga, what should I say, the League of Villains. So hold on. Alright, so yeah. And this is how it works in my what if. So basically, Nezu says, we'll look into this and find any information on these villains. Alright? I mean, villains or whoever made this possible, possible to happen. Which he was like, but you just... That's because I do not believe in the photo. And the Hero Commission have been keeping an eye on you, Izuku, ever since you became the user of One for All, which they do know about because of All Might being the number one hero. They know your true character. So, do not worry. It's not like All Might could take the quirk back anyways. And they like, huh? And one of the Hero Commission members says, allow me to explain. I'm an old friend of Nana Shimura. She explained about a user, the final user, the ninth, would keep the quirk no matter what. And, well, they can never, or whoever tried to take the quirk, basically, they can never give it away, or someone could take it. So, basically, you are stuck with the quirk One for All. Izuku Midoriya, which Izuku was like, that voice, it said I wouldn't lose them. Does that mean then? And then he just starts thinking until he snaps out of it, as in the actual leader of the Hero Commission says, so, because of this dilemma, you cannot continue hero training until we find evidence. And when we do, we will release you, but that may take years. So, we are putting you in a highly secured area, where all the prisoners there were once heroes. Which Izuku's eyes widen. He goes, wait, what do you mean once heroes? And he goes like, so they tell him about the dirt, the deeds that they have these heroes do. Izuku's shocked and asks why, and then they explain about the society. It's so thin, basically, it'll crack and crumble away. And basically, where he's going though, is where the most top skilled heroes are. And, well, it would be better if he's trained by them, by just one teacher. Which Izuku was like, I see, so when I'm proven innocent, I may be able to become a hero or a vigilante under us, as the Hero Commission woman says. As his eyes are just widened as Nezu says, I'll be visiting you every so often, Midoriya. I will, well, let you know if anything happens. Alright? As he says, thank you, Nezu, for everything. And believing in me. He goes, I do not believe in you for no reason. You have proven to me you are a true hero. Your character is true. And no matter how stubborn you are, and how much bones you break, you would never go down the path of villainy. Even if it meant your own life be taken. Am I correct? Izuku looks at him with a determined look in his eyes as Nezu says, I've already got my answer. Now, please. As he looks at the two, security guards, the police officers that work for the Hero Commission, they take him to Tartarus and make sure he has an okay ride. Oh, and take off the shackles but not, take off the basically, wrap, you can say like bandages around him, but keep the cuffs on, as they say, right away, Nezu. As they do, They take him into the car, and everyone's seeing it. Bakugo's clenching his fist and thinking, damn it! Damn it to hell! Those bastards didn't take my family hostage. I would've... Sorry, Zuko. Sorry. As Uraraka is just looking at him, as, you know, seeing him being taken away, she just scoffs and says, I can't believe I had a crush on him. And, well, I never mentioned this, but Jiro was upset. She really liked Izuku. But for some reason, the guards stop, and she notices. And, well, when basically what the guards are saying, do you want to have one last look before, leaving? Izuku nods as they look, and he sees Jiro looking at him. And, when he's just looking where the classroom area is at UA, UA, and basically goes, so this will be my final time seeing it for a while. I wonder how it'll look like. Who knows? Who knows? As then he sees Jiro as, well, he just wish, he can wave and all. He just wish he can move properly. As Jiro just waves hi at him. Bye. Hi and bye. As he just moves his head side to side, and he then points to his arms, as he just chuckles a little. Which Denki notices, and he goes like, because he doesn't know why she's laughing. But then he realized, oh wait, she's probably just laughing because, well, that annoying Deku's gone. I wonder. Though, why do I feel like she's not? As Jiro, still looking at him, and, well, she does look at Aizawa, and Aizawa didn't, was on the fence about believing, if you're wondering. He didn't believe it, but he did. It's like he didn't know. He was just confused. But Jiro asked if she could go somewhere real quick. As, she does leave. He does say go ahead, and she leaves. So, she's running pretty quickly. For some reason, she doesn't know why. She's running faster than usual. And when, so when they get to the vehicle, because they said that's enough looking, they get to the vehicle, and this is when Jiro's there, and she goes, Midoriya! Oh, you're the traitor! And Izuku asked them, to, well, he's gonna play the role, he says. So, because he doesn't know who to believe. So, wait, hold on. I gotta put login. Yeah, I'm taking care of the fire, like I said, so hold on. Alright, I'm back, guys. So basically, they just said, alright. So when they turn him around, holding him, as he just has this, well, kind of a, like what you can see from an evil Deku, what if? He just looks at him, he goes, oh, you UA and heroes. I thought it would be so easy to trick you guys. Oh, it turns out I was wrong. Oh well. It's not like I'm gonna stay there for very long. It was kind of, well, how should I say this right? As he looking down the ground, he was like, predictable of heroes. I'm surprised none of you beat me to a pulp when I left. Or should I say, when I entered the classroom. As Jiro looking at him, and for some reason, she's looking at Izuku straight in the face, and he's looking at her. And he's avoiding eye contact with her the whole entire time. But when they do make eye contact, she can tell easily he's a bad liar. And then she just kind of laughs a little. And he's like, which the security guards are like, what the? Even along with Zuko, and she goes, you're a bad liar. Of course you can never be the traitor. She just walks away, and Deku's like, crap. Oh well. Win some, you lose some. So after that, he gets in the car. Jiro gets back to class. It did take a while for her to get there, so Aizawa says, "Jiro, where were you?" And he was like, "She goes, bathroom. Sorry, had to use it. It was emergency." And he was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, then no one noticed because everyone's paying attention to class. So yeah, so Izuku gets in the car. They drive away. One guy's, the guy's driving. One of the person's like, this is just a regular car. So one person in the back, they basically wrapping him, you know, and they say, "Sorry about that, kid. Just following orders." And he goes, "It's fine. Can't blame you. Wait, I never asked about my mom." As basically, meanwhile, with Inko, the Hero Commission's there, and it was spread. It was on the news that actually, it was about to. The Hero Commission stopped it, but it was spread online. So Inko did see it from Mitsuki as that was the plan for Shigaraki to hurt his mom. At least he couldn't. If he couldn't hurt that brat, he says, I can at least hurt his mom. Maybe even have her kill herself. Wait, that's dark for me. Ew. No. Okay, so basically he was like, nope. Somebody go look after Inko Midoriya, just in case. Got it. As one of the guys nod. So basically, when the Hero Commission arrives, Inko is crying, and then they tell her what's gonna happen to Izuku. And she says after finishing, the Tartarus part, she was upset that her baby boy is going to Tartarus, but then they tell her it's a very secured area that not many people will be, what should I say, not many people go to that are villains. This is the Hero Ward. Hold on. Alright, sorry, it's just my dad was making my... actually, I was bringing up my dog. She likes to sleep in his room because her bed's there. We don't understand why. We gave her a cage, put her bed in there, but she won't sleep in it. So basically, we just have her sleep with my dad in her bed that's on the floor, and So yeah, she's right next to me. You're hearing her whine a little bit, probably. Anyways. So yeah, so they tell her about the hero area in Tartarus for heroes that worked for them in the past, which she is very shocked by. So yeah, anyways, Izuku arrives there, and he's going through Tartarus. Everyone, all the people in Tartarus, are saying new fresh meat, yeah, basically all that. And when they go in the elevator, they press a secured, more like a hidden button. And basically, when he sees the heroes from the past that were in this place, he was shocked by it. Many heroes that suddenly disappeared were here. He's thinking, and these are highly skilled and trained heroes. Even some of the members of the top 10 heroes that mysteriously went missing are there. So, yes, he even... technically he did not... technically our basically the sniper hero... Oh my god, it's not gonna be there. Because she was in, with the prisoners in there. So, yeah, I cannot remember her name. Alf. I know people are gonna be like, how can you not remember her? I don't even know the character that well, so it's not in my memory of her. Naga? It's something sort of an N. Yeah, basically. And, hold on. This is gonna bug me now. Okay, I found out her name. Basically, it's Lady... Oh my god, I do not know how to pronounce her name right. but it's Nagan. I think there's a T, so Nugent. I have no idea. All right, just know her. Basically, she basically can make a sniper from her arm. So, yeah. So basically, she's not there because she was in the prison of villains area. So yeah. So the leader of, or should I say, the one who's been there the longest, walks up to the guards that have Izuku. He's like, "So this is the new guy, huh?" And they go, "Yep, framed, most likely. Seems like, from our information." And he goes like, and the guy says, "All right, well, take up the cups and I'll show him around." So, all right. So they do, and basically he does show him around. And then after he was like, "And that's everything, kid. We have our recreational activities, living area. The guards bring us food, and everything else we need. Library. Basically, I mean, we're heroes that killed, and we're sent here because of our secrets. But I mean, they treated us pretty fairly for what we did." You guys are probably thinking, why in this one? I mean, the My Hero Academia canon, they don't do this, but I'm just saying they do in this one because it's like they did their job, so we gotta do at least something for them. So yeah. So anyways, so let's do a time skip. The war arc did happen. Everything happened, but Izuku was in prison. Hero Society was rebuilt, but it seemed like all evident, like Izuku did have his trial and everything, and he was supposed to be life in prison. But the Hero Commission had a different idea. The reason why they brought him there is because they knew something bad was going to happen. And Hero Society nearly was destroyed, was destroyed, but the villains nearly took over Japan. But luckily, many heroes from America, Japan, all over the world helped bring down Shigaraki in the end. Was able to actually use the corporation bullets. Yes, they legit found information from the Yakuza, which Nezu found out it was the Yakuza after the court session. So basically, when they found out what the Yakuza did, and sorry, my dad's door's open, so you're gonna hear him coughing. It's cold. It's basically fall here. Is getting pretty cold out, so yeah, weather changed, and so I'm gonna pause it because I think he's coming down. Okay, so basically then after they take care of their Yakuza, Nezu found out transaction from them to such and such person. So then they did get Nezu just did a highly secured hero and police officer thing. So highly secretive, and they found out what they did, and was like. Then they basically found Chisaki or Overhaul's formula for the corporation bullets, and I mean. It was on his personal computer that was hidden, and boy, did they freaking had a field day. Oh man, they basically put multiple bullets into, basically Shigaraki. If you guys are wondering, did they do what Overhaul did? No, actually. You see, what happened is they had one bullet with Ares' blood in it, and yet with that one amount of blood, with that bullet in it, they were able to mass produce it, basically, to the same effect. And they only had 12 bullets, so all the quirks Shigaraki was gonna get along with Decay, and All for One's plan was thwarted. Toga and everyone else was captured in the end. But the problem is, though, they couldn't find any other information on who else brought him Midoriya. So this basically everything went on. And now with Jiro, Shiro never dated anyone. She was able to visit Midoriya along with, well, Nezu, and over the year, this has been like 5 to 10 years. So he's like, okay, he was 15, I think, almost 16. So let's just say, okay, so 10. Okay, he would have been about 25. Let's say about 15 years. He was 30. Yeah, no. Yeah, 27. He was 27, you know, where we're gonna start now. And they realize that Zuko's personality has been changing dramatically. He's way more, how can I say this? He's laid back, but then he can be serious at times. And he actually doesn't care about the outside world since he knows Hero Society is no more. Well, I mean, it is, but it's gonna take a long ass time, he says, before he becomes a hero. And, you know, that's from the last time with Nezu. Jiro confessed to Zuko ever since that day. He's never been out of her mind. And Denki has tried multiple times on being with her after, he left and such. But then they found out he was the UA traitor, and, well, let's just say he didn't make it out of the war. And he asked, what happened? And they're like, a certain vampire took him out. And he goes, wow, I never thought I'd be saying this, but thank you, Toga. I mean, I do think she was cute when I saw her now I think about it. And she was like, but I'm not into crazy. I mean, I'm into the musicians. And he's just looking at Jiro, her face is red, and, well, that was the last time he talked to her, because that was then their, visiting time. He met his mom and such multiple times, but let's go on into the actual, I'm going to make this for an hour and 30-minute long video, so don't worry. So basically, we're going to a certain day. Araka and Baku, everyone found out about Baku and the reason why he, was a UA traitor, and they basically, some people blame him, other people don't, and, his parents were, life on the line. Let's just say, bombs in their neck, transmission, basically a little microphone that will be able to hear anything, even if, heroes taught them this thing, we know about the, and then, situation you're in, but then they'll wait and say, they're like, what do you mean? It's like about, the villains have you under their custody, and we're here to save, as then, boom, the head would explode. Yeah, he had no choice in that matter. Those people who don't understand were just fake friends, so yeah. Araka ended up with Bakugo, and, well, Deku's been training a lot. He's better than Aizawa in hand-to-hand combat, which he's basically can use any weapon. His intelligence. Oh man, Nezu thought is the smartest person in the world, but who knew he had a rival that was in Tartarus. So yeah, it's just everything just was better for Zuko. So at the age of 27, he's walking out of his cell. He's like, it's 27 years old today. Man, it's my birthday. I wonder what's gonna happen. Tired though, still. So, let's see what the game has. And then, all of a sudden, the warden says, Izuku Midoriya, please come to the warden's office. And he goes, huh? Well, well, this is gonna be a surprise. I never was called there. Sweet. So he just, seeing the guys and, that are former heroes. They say, happy birthday, Zuko. Even some of the guards are saying it. He comes out of the elevator, not in cuffs. And let's just say Tartarus was fixed, like, since he's been in there for a while, they've been fixed. And it's like villains that were, once prisoner there that escaped were brought back, and they were saying, Midoriya, hey, happy birthday, man. And yeah, I mean, he made some friends with villains. I mean, they're technically in rehab session, but, And he's saying, like, sup? Thanks, guys. So, he makes his way to the warden's office. And when he gets there, he sees, well, the former Hero Commission. Yes, she was taken off, but she still has influence, since she's the one who put him here. She's the one who's gonna technically get him out. She became more like the governor of Japan. Well, actually, I would say that if it was true. She tried to, but failed. But still, she still has influence. And she goes, Midoriya, he was former Hero Commission, whatever your name is, I forgot. She goes, ouch. He goes, what? I mean, put people that were kids into highly dangerous situations to become heroes and eliminate fakes and any other problems. So basically, you're assassins. She was like, I know, you don't have to tell me that. And he's like, alright, just want to, let you know. Reason why I won't remember you, because you're really not that important. But, anyways, why am I here, Warden? And he goes, well, Midoriya, that's the thing. And then he just lets whatever her name is, I don't really care, look it up, but she goes, we're gonna send you back in time. He goes, say what now? Wait. How long back in time? He goes, that's the thing. Bring him in. As then he calls, basically let's just say not Ikas. Iru? Yeah, Iru and Maki. Yeah, Maki. As they bring a person with a jacket on and such. And he goes like, yo, Zuko, it's been a while. He goes, wait, Satu? Dude, how long has it been? 5 years? He goes, yeah. Wait, no, it's been 6. It's like, damn, man. Why are you here? He's like, well, I mean, I was a former hero. I mean, they let me out because of... I mean, I was only here because of my quirk, and since... I mean, it was agreed I only had 10 years here. As long as I wear a quirk-canceling necklace that can never be taken off but only by certain people, aka my wife. As then, his wife walks in, and he was like, Zuko's like, damn. Nice taste. He goes, thanks. Anyways. So, that was basically... Izuku, my quirk, I never told you it, but it's time travel. I'm able to go back in time whenever I want to and regain my memories. It's from my past body, basically. And I'm able to alter the timeline anywhere I want, with no repercussions. But the thing is, though, there is a limit. I can only go back maybe about... Okay, so if I was a teen and I didn't work my quirk, I'm going to go back to when I was 10 years old. But if I worked on my quirk as a teen, I can go all the way back until I was 4. Anything after that, I can't. So, and it doesn't work if I'm going to die either. Well, I mean, I haven't died yet, so... It works in near-death situation, but no, actually when I die, like, I'm slowly dying, it won't work. It's like, okay, so, wait, what does that mean? You're going to, what, hold on. Alright, back to what I was saying. Basically, he was like, wait, so if you're gonna send me back through time and you remember everything, what's that have to me? I won't remember any of this. And, that's what you think. Old man Hiyashi? He's like, yeah. Why? He was like, well, he has a quirk that allows him to copy people's quirks and keep them. But he's also able to give them away. He goes, wait, what? You mean it's just like all for one, but without the entire taking quirks and killing them? I mean, technically, the copy of the quirk is a lot weaker. You have to train it and such, so that's the downside of it, kid. He's like, I'm not a kid. He was like, when I met you, you were a kid. It's like, Then his wife, basically, well, let's just call her Amber, that hits him on the back of the head. Goes like, stop teasing him already. He's like, sorry, sweetie. Anyways, basically, if you guys are wondering, did Zuko take his personality trait from, this guy? Yes, he did. So, continuing on. And then basically he just looks at the Hero... As Izuku looks at the Hero Commission, former one, Hero Commission lady, he's like, so, why you want me to go back in time? She just says, we lost a lot of good people. And before you even think about heroes, I'm not talking about them. The fakes, I'm talking about the civilians. We lost a lot of people, and well, basically, we lost a Razorhead along with Midnight, and then she just says these heroes' names. So the people who died, but there were like a lot more who died in the war. And then he goes like, yeah, some are fakes that proved to be actual true heroes. They really have the guts to die in battle just to protect people. So, you want me to go back and prevent those deaths as much possibility I can? Maybe there's a point in time where I couldn't. As, basically, Sato just says, Izuku, bro, come on. Didn't you just not hear me about my quirk? And he goes like, what do you mean? He was like, jeez, they're so in the intake. Even though you're more intelligent than when you were when you were a kid. Think about it. As in, 1 minute passed, and 1 second passed, and he goes like, your quirk, he's like, yep. Oh, about the one for all crap. I mean, what I mean by that is the whole entire death thing that you told me about. He's like, yeah. He's like, technically, it doesn't matter if, look, a quirkless person will still come up quirkless, even if old man, Hiyashi gives the person a quirk. So, yeah. He was like, okay. Was there anything else I need to know about? He was like, oh, yeah. I mean, I basically, from him, I got 2 other quirks. He's like, wait, what? He was like, I've been in this place 3 different times. And each time I got a quirk from him, it was totally different. I was able to keep the one he gave me, though, because of my quirk. So, what you mean, anything I get in the previous life, my previous time, like, my natural strength, I will be able to increase on that a little bit more faster than normal. All of my speed and everything else, and my intelligence. So, basically, the more I work on, I can go back in time and, fix myself in any way possible out of a situation before it even happens ahead of time. I mean, I was the number 3 hero of Japan for a while. But anyways, that's beside the point, kid. So let's get going. As, the warden escorts, Sato, his wife, and Izuku back down to, the former hero area in Tartarus. So, and they basically go to this cell where Hiyashi's is. And basically, Sato goes like, hey, old man. And he goes, Sato. Oh, you're here for another quirk. I'm sorry, but I can't give you one. My apologies. He goes like, no. Don't worry, it's not me this time. I'm gonna give it to Izuku here. And he was like, well then, I wouldn't mind. Especially since he has one for all. All Might chose a good successor. And then, Zuko's like, wait, how did you? He's like, everyone knows here. I mean, I was a former hero. The only reason why I was put here is because, well, I gained an immortality quirk. My quirk is first gen. Which is Zuko's eyes wide. He was like, so that means you've been around since the days of quirks. Yes. Alpha One was after me for some time, but I always escaped. But he's dead now anyways. So, he's like, right. So basically, they uncuff, Hiyashi. And he basically goes through the quirks he has. And I'm giving him maybe 5 quirks. Well, actually, yeah. I'm giving Hiyashi says, I'll give you shadow manipulation. It's basically a very powerful quirk that I was able to copy from somebody, well, that was recently came in here. And he was like, wait, what? You mean I'm allowed to talk to the villains up there and copy their quirks? So, his quirk, though, I figured out, is able to warp himself through any shadows. Even using the shadows as his, well, anything really. Weapons, animals, soldiers. The more shadows he has, the more he can create. And I just don't mean like a shadow he creates and the shadow's gone. Anything from that shadow will always come out. It's basically a shadow realm he has. And Zuko nods. And, well, it also turns out, there are some pretty interesting things with it I haven't figured out yet, but I know there's more potential through it. And he goes, alright, he goes, one, a intelligence quirk. You'll need it. So, he was like, understandable. How much intelligence will I get? He was like, you'll be smarter than Nezu. I was like, damn. I'll take that. What else? Hawkeye. He's like, huh? Your eyes are able to focus on anything basically far away. You can shoot a bullet from a sniper rifle without any scope. And still be able to hit your target. And he's like, cool. Wait, do you have any editing quirks? Yes. I'm able to edit 2 quirks together. I may not have edited that quirk to basically be in where the bullet always reaches its target. Or anything that's throwable. He's like, cool. So then he was like, superhuman. He was like, wait, why do I need that? He was like, meh. I'm just joking. Basically, the quirk I'm also giving you is, well, reflex and super reflex. Basically, you always will get a signal from your body, not to move out of the way, but it gives you more faster reaction time. And he was like, oh, so like danger sense. He goes, yes, but this is added onto it. It's basically everything will slow down for you though. So we're like, okay, not like danger sense. Because yes, if you're anytime you're in danger, time will slowly move. Well, time will slowly move basically. It's like, okay, what's the other one? Oh, you're gonna love this one. Regeneration. It's like, huh? Yes, you're gonna get regeneration. It's like, how did you kid. How do you think I was caught? He's like, huh? He's like, I've been mortal and I haven't aged. As in, he was like, what do you mean? He was like, oh, hold up. As in basically he kind of edited the regeneration quirk to age himself. As in he basically becomes younger. He's like, how's this? He was like, cool. And weird. He's like, fair point. So, he was like, wait, are you giving me? He goes, yeah, I'm able to copy my quirks. I can give you them, and then, I can, still copy the quirks anyways. He's like, okay. So, I mean, he copies the quirks before giving to him, to Izuku, as he gives those 5 quirks. As soon as he does in the Vestige world, the first hero, the first One For All user says this: Izuku Midoriya, the quirks have been enhanced because of, well, even though you are quirkless, you're able to handle our power, but this also means, or say, turns out, you can also take more than 1 quirk, as you already know from One For All. He's like, yeah, and he's thinking in his head. But then they says, basically then Shimura kicks in, and then she says, but we didn't think you can take more than just our quirks. So it's like you can handle as many quirks as you need. As Izuku's eyes widen, as basically Hiyashi says, what's wrong? It's like, I just found out something interesting. But besides the point. So, what's happening now? As then, Soji basically asks his wife to take off the collar, and she does. As then, Hiyashi copies Soji's quirk and gives it to Izuku. As then he goes, there, now you have the time quirk. And he's like, wait, does this mean I may or may not have added it? I mean, the quirks always be with, young Hiyashi here, but, not Hiyashi, Soji here, but it only would have been 3. I had to add the quirk a little bit. Now, though, you will lose a quirk. One for all. Where Izuku's eyes widen, he goes, why? Why would I lose it? He goes like, let me finish. Because, okay, he was like sweating a little bit, shocked. And it was like, but here's the thing. As soon as you get it, you will naturally be able to use more power than you could originally, young Midoriya. In which his eyes wide, he was like, what does that mean? He was like, I enhanced the quirk to keep all the quirks I gave you, but it also, the more you work on your, training, all the training that everyone has taught you, your body will naturally become the way it is now. So, by the time you get into UA, you will be already powerful enough to handle 100% of One For All. Which Izuku's eyes widen, but he says, but I have a feeling there's more to One For All than meets the eye. Anyways, as he turns back into normal man, the cuffs get back on him. He goes like, enjoy your time, Midoriya, and happy birthday. As, they walk out of the cell, Soji gets his collar back on. As then, basically Soji says, hey everybody, it's time to party like there's no tomorrow. As, they celebrate Izuku's birthday. I mean, there's no gifts, but there's birthday cakes from the guards and stuff. Even the warden's there, and the old hero commission lady's there. As then that night, everyone's saying their goodbyes to Izuku. He said, basically, they say they'll miss him and such. And Soji, was the final one. He was like, alright, Izuku, here's the thing. You're allowed to change the future as much as you want, but you can't reveal anything too important. Got it? He's like, yeah. So, what am I supposed to do? You have to follow, the path you were on until a certain point. Understand me? He goes, yeah. And, old man Hiyashi was walking out of his cell and cuffs, and he was like, oh, yes, I almost forgot Izuku. The time quirk. I forgot to tell you, you're allowed to share the memories that you have with others. Which is why he was like, what do you mean? He was like, just in case anyone tries to say anything. And you already know what Nezu told you about, correct? As he nods. It's like, yes. You know the dates, the time, the areas. And then, Soji says, so basically, you can prevent your frame from ever happening, which we would never meet. Then he goes like, wait, what does that mean then? He goes, nope. The timeline won't be altered. That's the power of my quirk. It's basically broken. An OP, but it's a curse sometimes. I mean, I do have only like a limited number of times I can use it to go back in time so far in it. It's like, wait, you mean if I do it for myself? Yeah, but for others, I have unlimited points in time where I can send them. Myself, it's only certain points, truthfully. But it was like, I think already Hiyashi fixed that, didn't you? As then he chuckles, he goes like, of course I did. We don't want our, young hero here to be, going back in time one day and realizing he can't go to the point where he couldn't save someone he loved. Which, Soji nods. And then, all of a sudden, with his hand, he opens up a portal through time, and he goes, alright, the point in time I'm sending you is basically not 10 months before the entrance exam of UA, but more than that, a year before the entrance exam. You have a year to train yourself again, Izuku. Remember everything you have. Relearn it. Train yourself. And make sure you get one for all again. Only you'll be able to have the power to handle it. Get yourself tested if you're quirkless. If you aren't, then you can't handle one for all. Remember that. As then he nods. Izuku says, got it. He looks back and he says, goodbye everyone. It's been a blast knowing all of you. And you, Sasuke. You sound like that guy from Naruto that's an emo. But you're not. Thank God for that. And he goes like, hey! Thanks a lot, Izuku. It's great knowing you. And, everyone's trying hard not to cry, giving him a smile on the way, on his way out. As then Izuku says, go beyond! As then everyone says, in that room, says, plus ultra! And Izuku just smiles. Then he looks back at Soji and says, I'm ready. He goes, well then, good luck, man. He nods and he jumps through the portal. On his way, though, traveling back in time, the people of One For All are saying their final goodbyes. They say we'll meet again, basically, and all that. And, the last person who says his goodbye is the first user. He says, I know you'll be able to retrieve One For All again, Izuku. I believe in you. And promise me, you'll still become a hero. And Izuku then says, of course, but I'm gonna be a lot more stronger than before. I'm not gonna let nothing happen again. One For All wants to kill All For One. This time, I'm gonna kill him early. That bastard's gonna die for ruining my life. As, the first user says, and what are you gonna do with Tomura Shigaraki? Save him, of course. That's the game plan, at least. As the first user smiles and says, good. Thank you, Izuku, and farewell for now. Hold on. Alright, so basically, when after Izuku goes through the time portal for a few more minutes, a bright light hits his face, and blinds him, and then when he wakes up, he's back in his room in the summer before the summer ending day. It's he's like gasps for air because was that all real? It was a dream, right? Wait, no, it wasn't a dream. As then basically all of a sudden he goes to a shadow. He basically holds out his hand as a shadow dagger appears out of nowhere. As then and he was like, nice. As then he looks over at an all my picture. He's like, oh, I'm gonna hate this, but he basically looks away, throws the dagger forward, as then it goes around Izuku, hitting the wall. Well, only the tip of it. And he's like, ugh. At least it was, the aim was a little bit off because I didn't want to hurt the poster, so, yeah. So basically, the shadow dagger then disappeared, and then he's like, he goes on the computer real quick, and looks at a college level problem, and then he's able to figure it out so easily. You're like, huh, interesting. Alright. So, that's all the quirks, but hold on. One for all. Full killing. 8%. As nothing happens. He was just saying in his head. He's like, yep. Alright. Time to go to the court doctor. I want to test if I am quirkless. Wait, hold on real quick, guys. Alright. So, basically, Izuku goes downstairs after changing, brushing his teeth. He was like, hey, Mom. She was like, Izuku, you're good? He's like, why? Because something's just different about you. You're like, oh, yeah, sorry. I just woke up in a really good mood. Hey, I'm gonna go out for a little bit, okay? I'll get some breakfast on the way. Alright? She was like, okay, where you going? He's like, out, meet a friend. Well, hanging out with him. Forgot. She's like, oh, really, sweetie? He's like, yeah. Anyways, bye, Mom. He puts on his jacket, walking out with his, let's say wallet and phone. As, well, a couple hours pass, and he's at the court doctor. Not Dr. Ochako. A different one. And, well, he goes, hey, can I get tested? He was like, basically this is the doctor at the desk because his nurse was out. He's like, tested for what? He was like, quirk. He's like, how old are? And he's looking at Zuko's only 12 years old. Technically 13. Well, gonna be, I think 13. Yeah, that makes sense. And he's like, kid, if you didn't have a quirk, he's like, late bloomer. He's like, you think so? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna test something out. And he's like, okay. So they, get x-rays of Izuku and, blood tests and everything. And they say, sorry kid, you're quirkless. He's like, great. He's like, huh? He was like, oh, yeah, hold up. Wait, what's your name again, Doc? He's like, full name, he says, though. He's like, okay. Dr. Wait. Basically, Dr. Okay, imagine night. Oh wait, moon. Yeah. The name from Japan it's Moon. That's his name. Hold on. It's Tsuki. Well, Sukuna. Why not? Suzuki Sukuna. And he's like, oh yeah. By the way, Takashi says hi. Wait, Takashi. And, well, he walks out, and he's like, wait, Takashi's been dead, how's he? So, Izuku, walking around, just doing whatever, doesn't really give a crap, just having a nonchalant, caring attitude. I mean, eventually he bumps into somebody. He's like, "Oh, sorry, my bad about that." And it's a girl with purple hair, with red, like heart, looks like a heart monitor with earphone jacks in her. I mean, well, with earphone jacks. And he was like, "Huh, cute." And she was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Sorry. Your quirk, it's very interesting, and it looks cute." She was like, "Oh, thanks. Um, who are you?" He's like, "Oh, my apologies. Izuku Midoriya. It's nice to meet you." "You?" She goes, "Kyoko Jiro." He goes, "Ah, Jiro then. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you." She was, "Nice to meet you too, Midoriya." He was like, and then he basically just looks at the store where, he bumped in front of her, what she was just coming out of, and he was like, "A music store. Nice. Say, what music you listen to?" She was like, he was like, "Oh, sorry, my bad, too personal. I'm gonna get going." And she goes like, No, it's fine, it's just, not many people talk to me, you know. He's like, "Really? I mean, why?" She goes, "Well, I mean, people talk to me, just no one really, well, is interested in what I like." It's like, oh, really? Well, that's a shame. I think you have a lot of interesting music, that you like, and I don't know, maybe I can get into it. She's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah. Come on, show me a few bands." And, well, they go into the music store, and he's, seeing what music Jiro likes. And she's like, and he goes like, "Wow, this is awesome. I'll look some of this music up online. Thanks, Jiro." Thanks, Jiro. And she goes, "No problem, Midoriya. Wait, how am I going to... Oh, yeah, give me your phone for a minute." And, she does, and he gives her, his number. He's like, "Here, text me if you want. See you later." He just walking out of the store, and Joe just realized, wait, she just got a guy's number. Does that mean... No. So, yeah, she's just thinking, nope, it's not happening. So, she leaves, and, well, let's just skip to the next day at middle school. And as you figured, everything's going exactly the same for Izuku at middle school. And, well, but in this case, Izuku just doesn't give a crap. Because everyone, picks on him. With Bakugo just says, "Oi, deku!" And Izuku's thinking, "Oh, yeah. I forgot he was a bully here. I'm not gonna put in his place yet. I'll just act." He's like, "Yeah, Bakugo?" I mean, not Bakugo. "Yes, Kachan?" And he's like, "Get out of my way, loser." He's like, "Right. Sorry." And he's moving out of the way and such. Someone trips him, he falls, and everyone starts laughing. He's going like, "Ugh, assholes." So, after this moment, Izuku just says he's gonna start training as soon as he gets home, and he does. And I mean, he does. He trains a lot, and I mean a lot, to the point where he's actually absent from school once or twice a week in a month, or not. It's just, Izuku's just getting strong. Like, he basically gains before the end of middle school. In the middle of it, like right around about to be almost near the end, he basically got gained his body mass when he was 27, but as about to be a 13-year-old. And Inko's surprised. And she's surprised that Izuku actually has, like, non-lethal weapons, like bow staffs, kendo sticks, wooden sticks, just wires, chains, just a whole bunch of stuff that Izuku never had, or was into, in his room. And if you guys are wondering about All Might, did he ever hate All Might after what he did? No, actually. I mean, I apologize and died of old age before before he reached his old age. I apologize for what he did, and Izuku said he still had the quirk, so it was no big deal. Which he was shocked by it. He thought he lost it somehow or something, and he was sorry that he didn't believe in him. And Izuku just smiles and says, "It's alright, All Might." I mean, I looked up to you like a dad, so hey, every dad makes a mistake in their life, but at least you apologize, right? As All Might, nods. So after that, that would happen. He doesn't hate All Might. All Might really didn't do nothing. So basically, though, Izuku, we're gonna skip to the final day of the final day of middle school, though, because I have something special for Bakugo. As everything's going the same. Izuku's acting like his timid, scared self. But inside, he's just laughing because they all think he's quirkless. I mean, he doesn't really care if he has a quirk or not. He's basically strong enough to take on Bakugo now, to begin with. So yeah. And, well, let's just say this. When everything's going to canon, and then Bakugo looks at Izuku after says he applied to the UA, and then basically he's about to throw, his hand at Izuku's, desk and make an explosion. Instead of Izuku falling over, he just still sitting in the seat. Like all of a sudden went to a nonchalant, not scaring, look on his face. He was like, oh, wow, explosions, those that weak, cute. He was like, what do you mean cute? And then he was like, oh, Teach, isn't that illegal quirk usage? I mean, he doesn't have a hero license, and and no schools is allowed to have quirks being used, correct? Even threatening another student. So, why has he never been written up? And he was like, what do you mean? I mean, of course I've been written up. He was like, no, by my account, I mean, he should have been written up plenty of times, but you never have. Well, I mean, yes. As he just gets up and, bums Bakugo walking past him with his hands in his pocket. He's like, just because he has a strong quirk, you don't want to ruin his chance of becoming a hero. I mean, he makes a good hero. Or should I say would, or will. But, I mean, the problem is, though, you don't run up. I mean, his anger issue is going to cause him a lot of problems in the future if he doesn't learn to get along with people he doesn't like and work together with them, correct? As the teacher's like, and besides, it's already too late anyways. I mean, can't do nothing now. And he turned around, walking back. Everyone's kind of shocked that Izuku was saying this so relaxed, not afraid. As Bakugo was like, oi, Deku, what the hell's going on? As all of a sudden, Izuku just, well, let's just say, kicks him in the face. Basically, he turns his body to his side, immediately kicks Bakugo in the face, sending him flying into the wall with his nose broken, and goes like, that was for all the bullying you've done to me in my life. That felt great. As Bakugo getting up by his nose bleeding badly. It's like, what the hell? Did you just break your nose? Yeah, I did. You're lucky I didn't kick harder. Could have killed you if I hit in a certain spot that went all the way to your brain. Basically, if you don't know, I think I read this online about this. Someone, I've read it. I was just like basically on Google or something, just not looking up, but just reading something. And I just saw, I accidentally clicked on this article, and it said something about, the basically the human basically skull. Basically, if you hit somewhere where your nose is, a bone from your basically nose will go back and you become like a vegetable. Yeah, I do not recommend doing that, but just saying, I read on it, I did not believe it, but I just want to say, Izuku says that to him, and Buggy was like, "What the? Why are you not?" He's like, "Terrifying?" You know, oh wait, terrified. Yeah, you're not that scary. You're just a dog right now who has the biggest ego. If you want to get anywhere in life, stop. I don't look down on you. You only believe that because you can't accept help. Helping somebody is different than looking down on someone. Bakugo Katsuki. Which shocks Bakugo. And inside Izuku's head, he went, "Sorry, Kachan, but I want you to improve yourself early so you can become a better hero." So basically, he has a flashback to what Nezu tells him. And he goes, Bakugo lost one of his arms during the fight with Shigaraki. And, well, he basically had to quit being a hero before he even started. As Izuku's eyes widen and, well, he was pissed beyond belief. And the reason why he didn't break out is because, though, they said, but, I mean, Mei Hatsume came up with the idea of making him a robotic arm and, well, using his sweat still from his, body as fuel source. So, he still became a hero, but there's no chance of him becoming number one. As Izuku nodded, but was happy that Bakugo still he says, at least Kachan can still become a hero then. That's fine. So, yeah. As Bakugo's like, what do you mean? My pride and you are looking down on me. It's like, it all started because I wanted to help you because I thought you were my friend. I was wrong to even think of you as a friend. You're nothing more than just a bully and scumbag. Learn to grow up, Bakugo. As Bakugo is shocked by this, along with everyone else, as Nezuko just sits back in his seat and goes like, what? Y'all gonna stare at me? Let's get back to class already, extras. As everyone's shocked by what he just said, he was like, seriously, time is wasting. As then the teacher's like, yes, everyone, let's start on this section of this test book, basically. And then, at least at the end of the day, Izuku leaves. Basically, Bakugo doesn't stop him because he's still trying to process everything. But, Izuku, waits, in the bathroom for a little bit, wasting time because he basically is like seeing what time the sludge room's gonna be there through the time travel quirk. And he was like, perfect. So, as soon as it was time for him to leave, he leaves, and the exact same thing happens. Everything goes to canon from there. And when All Might sees Izuku's, how Izuku does he work out? He goes, yeah, I work out. He's like, rude. Meet me at this beach and we'll see. It's like, cool. Thank you, All Might. He was told he could not become a hero without a quirk and all that. He basically pretended to be sad inside. He still said Bakugo. Bakugo's, basically said, why did you save me? Why? He goes, and basically Izuku just says, looking back, he goes like, just because I don't like you and I don't think you as a friend no more, doesn't mean I won't save you if needed. That's what a hero does. Rush into danger, save the people he may not like or know, and still risk his life to save someone's life. With a smile on his face. Isn't that right, Bakugo? As he's like, damn you, Deku! He turns around and walks away. And like I said, from there, after that, Sudron attack and everything, like I just said, goes to Ganon. The deck of the beach. All Might was shocked by Zuko's physique. Wanted to give him the quirk right away, and he goes, no. He goes like, he doesn't say no. He's like, All Might was thinking I could probably give him one for all then. Why do I feel like, though, this is deja vu? It wasn't like this before. As then Zuko says, All Might? He's like, sorry, anyways, it seems like you're ready for my... He's like, are you sure I'm ready? I mean, I haven't been working out that much. Only been a year. As All Might's like thinking, a year? And you're ready to look like this? How much training or tense training has he done? He's like, alright then. Clean this beach. And Izuku, well, easily can do it by himself, but he takes his time. He does a whole extra training, intensified training, while working with All Might. And he is shocked beyond belief. And just like the day before the entrance exam, like in canon, he gains a quirk one for all. So we go to that moment when he tells him about the quirk and how it's transferred, and then basically he pulls out here and he's like, eat this. And Izuku's like, okay. He just eats it like nonchalantly. He's like, he's like, ain't my first rodeo, and just walks walks away. I don't know what I'm saying, like it's saying so weirdly now for some reason. God damn it. Anyways, so he walks away, and All Might's like, wait, what do you mean his first rodeo? And well, he tells All Might, come on. He's like, huh? Where are we going? I mean, I know it was the day of the entrance exam, but I want to say, the day before, or a couple of days before, yeah. So whenever it's the candidate in the entrance exam, that's what happens. So basically, not the entrance exam, the candidate when you finish it, that's what happens. But he brings it All Might to Inko. He's like, Mr. Yagi, this is my mom. Mom, Mr. Yagi. This is the man I've been telling you about, who I've been training with. And she's like, are you sure about this, Izuku? He's like, yes, Mom, I'm telling you the truth. And she was like, okay. And he's like, Miss Midoriya, it's a pleasure to meet you. And he's like, yeah, hold up. As he just has them both close their eyes real quick. He has a surprise for them. And, well... let's just say this. Little funny thing. He wants All Might to know what happened to him. Not everything. Well, yes, everything actually, but just fragments for right now. He tells him about what happened at the, because it was like, he was up to 27 and he was like 15, 16. So it was years in Tartarus, so... He basically shows them where he was, and then what happens. As both of them, gasp and for air after he removes his hand, he goes like, time manipulation, Sharon, comes in handy when the quirk was added. And he's like, Midoriya, how is that possible? He was like, I have multiple quirks that I'm still quirkless. And she was, Itsuku, you were in Tartarus, and you were framed, and Bakugo's parents were taken hostage, and he was killed. Yeah, I only told you the bits and pieces, so basically just the important stuff. He's like, so, you mean, yeah, I basically can handle 100% on one for all, but I'm still gonna need to train in it. It's just gonna be a lot more quicker. It's like, alright. I won't fall for this time, Midoriya. I promise. He bows and he was like, oh my, don't worry. I wasn't mad at you. I understood. I mean, you couldn't take the quirk back anyways. I'm the final user. As then the past users do say, Zuko, we missed you, basically. And he just chuckles, which his Inko and All Might are like, he's like, sorry, just the past users. And they're like, huh? Basically, they're like, oh, so, I mean, they know about the quirks he has. And Inko goes, so that's why you asked me for a BB gun, pistols. And he's like, uh-huh. I mean, you basically went to the fire range and we tested it out, and no matter if I was blindfolded, I never missed the target. Yeah, that was a pretty interesting time. And Toshin, basically All Might's like, I still can't believe it. You were framed, stayed there till you're 27 years old in Tartarus, and the, heroes that were arrested section that were basically part of the, Hero Commission and went back in time. He goes, uh-huh. So, pretty cool, huh? It's like, well, I mean, from your memories that you showed us, seems I really messed up big time. What type of hero am I? And Izuku says, the number one, everyone makes mistakes, All Might. Stop blaming yourself, okay? He's like, yes. Anyways, good luck in the UA entrance exam. He's like, thanks. I'll keep my quirks hidden, but I'll use them when necessary. Okay? He nods. So after that, Inko says, Izuku? He's like, hi, Mom. She was like, you couldn't have told me about them until now? He's like, if I told you, would you have even believed me? And she was like, true. And he's like, if I even showed you, you take me to the court doctor, and then, which I went as soon as I woke up that day, and she was like, did it? He goes, no, it came back quirkless. Didn't really matter to me, since as an all of a sudden, shadow staff comes out, pops up out of a shadow, and he just holds it, and he's like, still have the quirks either way. As she was like, she's just like tearing up. So basically, yeah. Oh, I forgot. Izuku, Jiro has his number, which, I'll just say she basically did forget about him for a while, and let's just say she did text him, were talking for a bit, but then stopped, and then talked again. It's because of, schoolwork was a lot for her, and, trying to help out in the, family, and then, yeah, so, I mean, for the next couple of days, till, UA, they talked. I mean, and they even hanged out, basically. So yeah, anyways, moving on. So it's the time for the UA entrance exam. But Izuku asked to meet Nezu. And, the principal of UA, which, surprisingly, President Mike was letting him, because he was early, he let him, see Nezu before entrance exam. And then he just says, Principal Nezu. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Izuku Midoriya, and I have some information that you would very much enjoy seeing. He's like, oh, yes, what is it? As he showed, basically he's like, please, do not be alarmed what you're about to see. I want to, at least, you to know what's happening, or what I have. He's like, okay. Then Izuku, he tells him what he needs him to do. Close his eyes, and he'll put his hand on his head, and it'll be a few seconds, which he does. Which Nezu, can see this boy's not lying, and he does trust in him. So he shows him the memories of, the same thing. Who was, he doesn't. He basically says about the betrayer, but then switches real quick to before who they were. And then he then shows him about Tartarus, what happens, why he went back in time. And then as he takes off his hand off of Nezu, he gasps for air, and then he's like, "Is that true? 100%. Am I here to change it? Hell yeah. Do you believe me? Your choice." No one's gonna believe you besides probably Soji, which Nezu's eyes widen. So, you want to say I'm lying, Nezu? He goes, "No, Midoriya. I understand. I'll let Aizawa and the heroes know about your other quirks. And All Might knows already, as I saw." He nods. It's like, the ones who are in the, basically will be with me in the room. It's like, good. So, thank you for understanding, Principal Nezu. I'll be on my way. I have an entrance exam to take. And Nezu nods. When Izuku leaves the room, Nezu just leaned back in his chair and he was like, "This is gonna be one interesting year. Izuku Midoriya. I can already tell you are gonna be one interesting student now." As, unknown to Izuku, the past users showed what Izuku did. And Nezu just, was grinning. He was a true hero indeed. I cannot wait to see your accomplishments now. The next number one. And, he, says this to himself. And he's like, did I just speak that out loud? Oh dear, I'm going crazy. And he just shrugs it off. So he goes to the, to the monitor room. So what happens is this. Izuku takes the written portion, corrects everything, 100%. Physical portion. Oof. No, same thing happened with, he didn't mumble, but Ida still looked at him, and still tried to say something to him, because Izuku was just, not paying attention, sort of, and then he was like, and then basically he's like this, blah, 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 blah. Till you would never shut up. Jesus Christ. And basically when he was about to say something, he was like, hold up, you're about to say, do you know who I am? And then he says, do you know who I am? And then he says, Ida Tenya. Ida Tenya. Basically, family of heroes and blah blah blah. Here's the thing, Tenya, Ida. Wait, or Ida Tenya. Yeah, Ida Tenya, I mean. I don't care. So, zip it, you Robocop reject. Which Bakugo was sitting next to him, and he's just hearing Izuku saying this. And then basically Izuku remembers Ida. No one from Class 1A visited Izuku. They apologized. And Izuku didn't give a fuck about them, to be honest. Nezu heard what they did. They celebrated after Izuku was gone. The only one he saw that weren't there was Bakugo and Jiro and Todoroki. Because technically they were with Aizawa in his office trying to convince him to take Izuku out, of the Tartarus. And yeah. So, he doesn't care about Ida. He won't care about Uraraka. And, Ida was like, and he was like, now, President Mike, before he interrupted you, please tell us how the zero pointer is only an obstacle. He's like, yeah, little listener, yeah, what he said, the zero pointer is only an obstacle, and, run from it. Which Ida sit down, and he feels, he doesn't know why, but he doesn't hate the boy who just insulted him. He feels sadness and not embarrassment. Like, this boy would have been a good friend of his, but it all changed. So yeah. Anyways, though, when they go to the physical portion, the gates open up and Zuko just runs in. He's not showing off his, one for all yet. He's testing out his own physical strength about it. And what he finds out is, boy, he's able to dodge the 1-pointers and 2-pointers real easily. Able to actually destroy them just by punching, where they're, where basically an opening is. And he's able to take them down, destroying them. But for the 3-pointers, he has to be a little more strategic. And he does defeat them, though. So he's ranking up a good number of points until the 0-pointer comes. The same thing that goes what happened for Araka. And then he goes, this bitch. I shouldn't say that. I did like her beforehand. As he just runs. And, everyone's running away. The same thing happened with Vito, though, looking at him before Izuku started running. As everyone's all like, is he crazy? As then, all of a sudden, Izuku uses 1 for all, jumps up, and he says, basically goes, 1 for all, 3%, smash! Smash! I want to scream it, but I realized my mom is asleep. It's actually 2:38 in the morning. So he just yells out, smash! In his head, as same thing happens, but the 0-pointer's face is more indented. As everything, basically falling, or rock gets rubbed off her, and Zuko's just falling with style. As when Uraku's, about to slap, she does slap him. He lets her do that because he heard she really became a good hero. So, and she kept on coming to Izuku and apologizing after a while when they heard he was not the traitor, so she felt guilty and she confessed to him, and he did say he liked her. He was thinking about asking her out, but not anymore. Find someone else. Stop coming visiting me anyways, Ochako. And she was hurt. So yeah. So anyways, that's how Bakugo and her got together. They even got married, but not have a kid yet. So anyways, Zuko, after landing, she's puking. He was like, hey, you okay? She was, yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. He's like, no problem. Anyways, catch you later. She was like, oh, what's your name? He's like, Zuko Midoriya. Sorry, I'm already taken. Sort of. She was, what do you mean by sort of? He was like, kind of in the air sort of way, if you want to know about it. And she's like, why do you? He was like, He just shrugged with it's better off you know now so you don't fall for me. And he does walk away and such. So yeah, everyone was cheering for Izuku, and was shocked that he literally could handle it. Basically, Izuku was like, he's following this path just like he did already. Which, he did tell them what Izuku went through, sort of. He did tell them everything, as I was like, are you sure about this? You sure it wasn't? He was like, oh, let's just say, I know for sure. And you already know. And remember, Soji, Quirk, time traveler, able to remember everything after he time travels, able to send someone back in time. He's like, yeah, wait. He goes, let's just say I saw him, and he was looking at me. As we go back to when Izuku was showing him the memories, and he was like, hey, Nezu. Yeah, what's up? It's like, Soji, what's happening? It's like, oh, you're just seeing the kid's memories. Anyways, listen, The kid has my quirk. He's able to remember everything, even have no consequences to the path he changes. He'll still follow the same path, but he's, well, time does not matter to him. He's a glitch in the system, you can say. He's like, just like you. Who's like, exactly. Kind of lied to him about my quirk, though. Can't let the kid think, he can know, he can basically go back in only his own time period. You can't let him know that. He can actually go through any time period and change without any consequences. He's like, yes, just like you basically stole some of them, mysteriously disappeared. He's like, exactly. Anyways, just want to let you know, all this is real. He was like, well, since you're showing me, since you're talking to me, I know it's real. As then, Nezu tells him that. And everyone is shocked by this. Like, it's all UA staff knows. And he tells them about his other quirks. Plus then Soji's. Which, everyone's shocked. Besides All Might. And they ask, how is he? How is he not shocked? Then he tells them what he saw already. And so everyone's surprised, and Aizawa says, I like this kid. He's in my class, right? And he goes, of course he is. He needs to be. So, anyways, he's at the top scores anyways in the written and fine portion. He even broke all my record. He's like, well then. He goes, by 1 point. He's like, really? He goes, he took down 3 1-pointers, 2-pointers, even helped out a couple people unknowingly. And then he saved the girl even though, well, like he didn't want to, but he did anyways. Which everyone nods. So yeah. So after that, a couple of days pass, and he gets his letter in, and it's just same old, and then it says, and All Might says, congratulations, Azuka Midoriya, and welcome to your academia. All that. So, I hope you guys enjoy this What If. And, well, tell me how you guys feel about this What If. I'll continue this on, but this is kind of was to say, hey, can I make the Persona Deku What If? So, here's this one as of, makeup. And I'm gonna make another new one, but it's a reincarnation, but from Star Wars. A character from Star Wars. Alright. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day, night, wherever you are. Bye.